I've got this gorgeous Peacock DTF sticker that I'm going to be using today. I've got a pack of, they come in a pack of 3, and these came from Amazon. And I think I'm going to be using this one today and put it in the centre of the tray. So I'm also going to be using some of the Let's Resin chrome powders. And I've picked out some colours that are in the Peacock. So we've got the green, the royal blue, holographic pink, purple, and the light blue and the blue. So just going to pop that to one side for a minute, and I'm going to start by adding these round to the rim of this gorgeous tray. I've got the oval shape tray of this same design. You might have seen it in previous videos, so I couldn't resist getting this one as well. So I'm going to use this round the outside rim, and I'm just going to tap some of this chrome powder in random places around the outside, because I don't want it to be uniform. I just want it to be quite random with these colours. So I'm just going to take it in turns with all these colours and popping some of that into the tray. So that's that blue. So I'll just pop you on a quick fast forward while I do this with the rest of the colours. So now I've got all these colours in, I'm just going to go round with a soft brush and just blend all these colours in around this outside rim, and hopefully they'll just give a nice random colouring around the outside. So I'll just quickly do this, and then I'll come back and then we can get some resin mixed up. The tray's all dusted with the colour now, and I tied it up around the top section here with a baby wipe with some 99% alcohol on it. So we've got some lovely random colours going on around the outside there. And I've mixed up some resin, and I'm just going to separate that into 2 different parts. So I'm just going to put half and half. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough resin, but I can always do another coat on top. And I'm going to use the Rolio mica powder, and this is the cyan rock candy. So I'm going to pop a good scoop of that into one of these. Let's get some of that into there. Get a nice helping of that into there. Right, that's that one. And in the other pot, I'm going to put in some rainforest green alcohol ink. So I'm only going to put in 2 drops, I think, of that. So I'm just going to get these both mixed up, and then I'll be back to do the pouring. These are both nicely mixed now, so I want to see if I can get a crackle effect on here. I'm not sure if I've made up enough resin though, to be honest, for this size tray, but we just have to wait and see how it turns out. So I'm just pouring in the one with the alcohol ink first, and then I'm just going to quickly give that a torch, pop any bubbles. I think I might actually be alright with the resin actually. Right, and then I'm just going to plop I'm just going to put the mica powder straight into the middle and fill up this mould. Oh, I've actually made too much. Wow, That's surprising. Right, okay, let's see how much we can get this domed. So I think I made up 400 mil, and I've got, what have I got left? I've got 50 mil left. So it doesn't take as much as what I thought it was going to. So I'm just going to pop these bubbles on the top now. And this is just with well, it's classed as a cigarette lighter torch. One that doesn't like blow out in the wind. So it's not too harsh, but it gets the job done. Right, so that's that all done. So we're going to leave this to cure now, and then I'll see you back for demold. This is all cured up now, so let's pop this one out. But it does look like it's not gone in all the way to the middle. If you can see around there, it looks like it's just gone to there. But it was hot in my craft room yesterday, so I think it cured a bit quicker than expected. But let's have a look anyway and see how it's turned out. Right, let's have a look. Oh, yeah. It has got a lovely crackle around the outside, but yeah, I think there's a bit of a dip in the tray there as well there, look. I don't know if you can see that. So, right, we need to put this peacock in the middle there. So I'm just going to cut this one out. So this has got a backing and then a top layer that needs to come off as well. So let's just get this first bit off to start with. There we go. And get that centered. Right, let's put the middle down first and then let it fall down. There's my scraper. I'm just going to hold a corner up, so I've got a corner to peel off the top layer. Just going to get that, need to get that pushed down into that little dip there, unfortunately. Got a little bubble there, so I think I'm going to get a craft knife and pop that. There we go. And then squish that down. I've got another little bubble there. And then get that down. One little one there as well. Right, hopefully that will come out okay. So now to just peel off this top layer. Just making sure not to leave any of the image behind. And you can just give it another little rub down if you see some of the image that's coming off on the top coat or top sheet. Let's get this off. God, this is a sticky one. Nearly there. Just hope that little dip stays okay. I'm going to give this a top coat anyway, so that will level that out. Just a little bit there that's coming off with the tape. There. So that's how that's looking. Lovely. Okay, right, so my friend came round yesterday and she's asked if she could have this, but she wants a little pot to go with it. a little matching pot. I think there's another little bubble there. So I'm just going to pop that, push that down. Right, that's it. So I'm going to mix up some resin, and then we can give this a top coat, and then we can make a little pot as well. So I'll see you once I've mixed up some resin. I've mixed up some resin, and I'm just going to separate some into a pot for the top coat for this one. So that's enough in that one, and then I'm going to split this one in half for the pot. So that should be enough in those two. So in this one, I'm going to put some of the Super Sparkle White from Tracy at Mini Scenes GB. Pop some of that into there. That should be enough. And then give that a good mix. And then this will give a nice sparkle to our top coat. Right, I think that's probably enough. Just give that an extra little stir, because the stirring does separate the little powdery bits to give that sparkle. Right, so now I'm just going to pour some of this onto here and give this a nice top coat. Oh, a lovely sparkle. And then just work that around, making sure it's got a nice even coverage. I do need to fill in that little dip in the middle there as well. Probably going to need some more. Just add a little bit extra there. And then get that to the edges. Nearly there. Just got to work that to that last little edge there. And then level that off. Just going to use up this last little bit in here. And then that should be okay for that one. Lovely. And then I'm just going to give that a quick torch. What did I do with my torch? Oh, here it is. Right, I'm just going to pop the bubbles on the top there. And then we'll leave this one to cure. Right, so I'm just going to pop that over to one side. Pop the lid on that one before I knock it over. And then I've got this pot here that I'm going to use, and I'm going to use the same colours that I did before, the cyan rock candy and the forest green. So I'm just going to put a couple of drops of the forest green into that one. So that's that one, and then into this one I'm going to put a good helping of the mica powder. So a nice generous helping of that one in there. And then pop the lid back on that so I don't knock that one over. Right, so I'm just going to get these nicely mixed in. You do need to make sure you mix in your micas really well. Make sure you scrape around the sides. So I'm just going to get this thoroughly mixed in, and then I'll be back to pour. That's our two colours mixed up now. So I'm just going to alternate between the two. I'm not sure if well, I doubt if we get any sort of crackle, but we might get some sort of effect going on. So I'm just going to top this pot up. Looks like I've made too much. Right, that's that all topped up. So what else can we use to use up that last little bit of resin? I've got this lovely tea light holder mould that the lovely Lou from Create and Bloom sent me. So hopefully we've got enough to fill this one up. So that'll be a nice little set with a pot and a tea light holder for her. So I'm just going to do the same with this one, just alternate between the two. Hopefully I'll have enough. I think I'll just about have enough, I think. It'll be close. Just scrape out the last little bit out of there. And then scrape out the last little bit out of that one. That's just going to be just right for that. That was lucky. Perfect. Right, okay, I'm just going to give those a quick spritz with some 99% alcohol. A little spritz on the top there, and we'll leave those to cure, and then I'll see you back for demold. This is all cured up now, and it doesn't have that little dip down in the middle there anymore, so that's good. And I love how the different colours have turned out round on these little beads around the outside here, so that's looking lovely. Really pleased with that. So you've got the blues, pinks, greens, pinks there. Lovely. Right, so let's pop these ones out as well. See how these are looking. So this is our little tea light. So that's lovely. I love the texture on that. It's really nice, really pretty. Right, and then let's get this pot out. Just roll this one up. Hopefully it'll come out quite easily. Should do. There we go. Twist the middle. Give that a pull. Just pop my mould back in the right way. Right. Oh, that's got a nice oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Nice, oh, I don't know, nice finish to it. Nice effect. It's got a nice effect. I like that. Looks quite feathery. So I think this one might fit on there quite nice. Yes, looks as though it will. So let's put this one on here. Get this sticker off. Get my nail under there. Come on, off you come. Oh, I had it. Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Right, so I'm just going to fold that back a bit and then place that on the bottom and wrap that around, and then hopefully that will stay in line. And then just pull that backing off and rub that down. Nearly there. Right, and then just that last little bit there. And I'm just going to take my squidgy and give it an extra little rub. Right, and then peel that top layer off. So a bit's coming up there, so I need to give that an extra bit of a rub. And that bit there. Right, does need a good old rub, this one, for some reason. Right, let's try again. Right, let's try starting at the other end, shall we? Where's an edge there? Let's get that up there. See if it's any better from this end. Sometimes it helps to start again at a different side. So it's coming off better now. Oh, I think it's because this top bit is so sticky. Oh, struth. Oh, there we go. Got there in the end. So there's our little pot, like that. Lovely. Shame it's going to cover up a bit of the peacock, but that's okay. That's what she wanted. Right, so I'm just going to finish off these pots now so they don't scratch this one. I've got some cork to put on the bottom of them. So it's a little bit big, so I need to draw around that. So I'll just draw around these two and then come back when they're ready to stick on. That's my 2 bits of cork ready, so they can go on now. I'll get this backing off. There we go, that's that one. Just going to place that on there. That will finish that off nicely and it won't scratch the tray, and the same with this one here. Let's get that off. There we go, and place that on the bottom of that one. There, so there's my little peacock tray set. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today, and stay tuned for the pictures at the end, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.